waiting for that green light to get us going, and we are on. Hey guys, how you going today? BK Sport. Final game of Super Saturday. We have watched the Sharks get a win over the Titans today, and also a massive game between the Broncos and Dolphins, where the Broncos were able to keep themselves in the top 8 despite a bit of a scare, and come over the top of the Dolphins and push them out of the top 8. So that was a huge one. And now we have the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Parramatta Eels, the Parramatta Eels. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one fares, because this is a bottom of the table battle. And obviously both teams with a win here probably damn well avoid the spoon. And actually definitely avoid the spoon for mine, especially the Rabbitohs, considering they will have a bye still to come in round 27, or round 26, sorry. So guys, let's get quickly into the two-team lineups before they get out here underway. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's go. So the South Sydney Rabbitohs, they're home of the Eora and Gadigal people, and they are in 16th position, whilst the Parramatta Eels, they are in Darug and Parramatta Gal territory, they are 13th. Now this is at Allianz Stadium in Sydney, the home of the Gadigal and Bidjigal peoples. Now the in here for the Rabbitohs is Cody Walker and Shakai Mitchell, with the outs being Lachlan Hubner and Latrell Mitchell. So Latrell back for one game, but unfortunately he is out today. Now the fullback is Jai Gray, with the wingers being Alex Johnson and Tyrone Munro, who comes in as the 18th man onto the wing, and then the centres are Isaiah Tass and Bailey Bentley-Hape. You go to the 5'8", Ashton Ward, with the halfback being Jamie Humphreys. Front row forwards are Saliva Havili and Sean Kepi, with the number 9 being Peter Mummelzelis. Then you go to the back row, Jacob Host and Tallis Duncan, with the 13 being Jai Arrow, who is the captain. The interchange, Liam LeBlanc, Brandon Smith, Thomas Fletcher, and Cody Walker comes back in, with the 18th man replacement being Shakai Mitchell, and the coach is Wayne Bennett. Now we don't have too much time here, so let's run through the next team lineup of the Eels. Isaiah Yongi is in, with the outs being Dean Hawkins. The fullback is Joash Papali'i, with the wingers being Zach Lomax and Josh Adokar. Centers of Will Penasini and Dylan Brown. The 5'8", he is Isaiah Yongi. He's in. He is from the 21 into the 6, with Mitchell Moses as the captain. He is the halfback. The front row is Jermaine Hopgood and Junior Bolo. The number 9 being Riley Smith. Back row, Jack Williams and Kelma Tuolangi here off the bench into the starters, with Luca Moretti as the starting 13. Charlie Geimer drops from the starting lineup onto the bench with Talon Da Silva, Dylan Walker and Matt Dury. And the 18th man replacement is Jordan Samrani, and the coach is Jason Riles. Who do I tip in this game? I think this could be a lot of points in this one. I think we could see a lot of damn well points. I will say that I could see Alex Johnson for a couple of tries, but I do think the Eels should be too good in this one. Look, I've got the Eels with their recent form probably getting over the top of the Rabbits, but it is still technically an Indigenous round. We know the Rabbitohs do love a good Indigenous round, and they're very, very proud of it. So we could see anything, but I just think that the Eels have been a bit more consistent with their footy this year, but also recently than the Rabbitohs. But in regards to the ladder, the Eels are on 20 points in 13th position. If they are to win this game, they've got a minus 152 points differential. They would actually go equal with the Tigers and the Dragons on 22 points. Dragons obviously lost to the Warriors yesterday. The Tigers play Manly tomorrow, but they would have to win this game by 31 points to go above the Tigers today. The Dragons are literally 98 points in front of them, so they'd have to win by 100. That's not happening. So the highest they can actually go is into 12th position, depending on that Tigers-Manly result tomorrow, and also how much they win by against the Rabbitohs. But likely speaking, actually, if they win this game, I probably would have them in 12th, because I am tipping Manly, but we'll see how that one goes. And it also needs a bit of a score adjustment of 31 points. So look, they probably finish off the weekend in 13th, but I don't mind them potentially being in 12th with the swing. If they lose this game, however, the Cowboys, they will play the Knights tomorrow. If the Cowboys win, they're on 19 points. They go to 21. Eels will drop back into the bottom 4 on 14th position. And then, the Cowboys and Knights play each other. So whoever wins out of Cowboys and Knights would actually go above the Eels. So no matter what with a loss, they would go into 14th position. And the Rabbitohs would have to win this game by about 26 points to go from 18 to 20 and then go above the Eels as well. And then that would put the Eels actually into 15th position, regardless of what happens tomorrow. So yeah, this is a big one here for the Eels to avoid the spoon, or definitely avoid the bottom 4. But if they do lose, there is a chance they go into 15th position if they lose by enough to the Rabbitohs here today. Now, on the Rabbitohs side, they are in 16th position. They cannot drop off anymore because the Titans obviously lost to the Sharks. So the Rabbitohs are on minus 195, equal on 18 points with the Knights, who are on minus 152. If they won this game, they would go above the Knights and also above the Cowboys into 14th position. And then, like I said, have to win by a good 20, 24 points to go above the Parramatta Eels there into 13th position. But realistically speaking, if they win this game, they just would go into 14th. And then whoever won tomorrow between the Cowboys and Knights would jump back above them, and they would still stay in 15th position. So the highest position you can maybe see with a big win for the Rabbitohs would be 14th, but likely it would be just jumping up one spot above whoever loses tomorrow. So yeah, that is the little bit of preview for today's game. They're about to start. They've done the welcome to country, done the opening ceremony, and now we're about to kick it off. So hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and let's see what you guys are saying in the chat, baby. I'll get this chat up. Here we go. Brenton says Eels 13 plus. See a world, but Indigenous round the Rabbitohs usually do get going. Leviticus getting around the Eels. Nikhil says, let's hope it's a good one, or we'll need a lot of heavy lifting from you, Blaze, to keep it exciting. yeah. Well, I'll do my best. But look, it should be a good one. Like, both these teams aren't great, but both these teams have the ability to push each other here. And obviously, the Rabbitohs are going to really try to force Alex Johnston over the line a couple of times, because he's 3 tries away from tying Ken Irvine, 4 tries away from taking the lead. So it would be awesome to see you get 4 tries today, but I doubt it. But with the Eels defense, they definitely could break through Alex Johnston a couple of times, which would set them up nicely for next week or round 27. I do definitely think he gets it this year, but the Eels will get this ball here to the 20 on first tackle, and I will refresh this score before Jay has a meltdown in the chat. And there we go. It is all good to go. Oh, geez, there's an injury already here for the Eels. Luca Moretti has already got an injury. God bless him. I hope it's not too significant, but first tackle of the game, and Luca Moretti has unfortunately injured himself, and there's going to be a knock-on here from the Eels. So, no, it's going to be a penalty to the Eels at the 33. He's changed his call, and it's a penalty to Parramatta. Cedric says, I have bet against... By the way, Cedric, just to help you out, it's not betted, it's just bet. I have bet against the Eels, so please, Rabbitohs, give me a win. So, I just say that because I've seen you comment on a couple of streams saying betted. The word is just bet. I have bet against the Eels, so please, Rabbitohs, give me a win. Just Poker says it's a good game for the Rabbitohs to win. There's a chance for them. They didn't look good against the Titans last week, but still were the better team. They do have still a lot of injuries in their team. Dylan Walker's about to come on for Luca Moretti, so it must be a bit of an injury there for Moretti. But look, if the Rabbitohs can do well, that'd be great. But you don't have too many expectations because they just aren't a great team. But the Eels aren't a great team either, but they have been better recently. Now, the Eels at the 30 on second tackle. They go out to the left, and it's going to be... who's their fullback again? It's not Izayongi. It's Papali, who's at the 30. He's got a different haircut today. He's got, what is he, yellow hair? Or is that orange hair? I don't know. 4 tackle here for Parramatta at the 15. Riley Smith off to Mitchell Moses. Moses at the back to Izayongi. And now they'll be 10 metres away from the line. Fit tackle. Riley Smith. Up to Mitchell Moses. He puts that ball into the corner. Not a good kick there from Moses. And Lomax is just going to let that ball go straight on through over the sideline. It'll be Rabbitohs ball at the 10. Jack Kirkland says, how good was that game before? It's a good game. Broncos don't come off fraud alert because they still got a lot of points and still had a lot of shakiness about them. But overall, it was a good game, yeah. Jack says, who'd you tip for this one? I tipped the Eels, but I would like to see the Rabbitohs have a crack. Brent says, I just think the Eels forward pack will dominate. Well, yeah, they should, but I also think that Mitchell Moses is clearly the best half in the game right now between Moses, Yongi, Ashen, Ward, and Jamie Humphries. Hold on. Oh, apparently the hair for Joash Papali is a punishment for forgetting his towel at training or something. Okay, that's random. Okay, sure. Apparently this is a punishment for him for getting his towel at training. Yeah, like out of all 4 halves, Mitchell Moses clears them all very comfortably and significantly. They've still got, pretty much a full strength 1 through 5 here, the Eels, so they should be able to do it. And then you go to their forwards and look, you got Junior Bolo versus Junior Bolo and Jermaine Hopgood against Havili, who's usually a 9, and Sean Kepi. I'm taking the Eels front rowers. Riley Smith or Peter Mamazelis. I probably do take Peter Mamazelis there for the Rabbitohs. But the back row, Jack Williams, Kelma Tuolangi, Taylor Duncan, Jacob Host. Bit of a wash, really. I probably like Taylor Duncan the most out of the 4 of them, but I think it's a bit of a wash. And then Jair or Luca Moretti. Oh, maybe not. Like, the Rabbitohs 4-pack isn't awful there. Well, comparatively. So that's going to be a 6 again here for the Eels at the 35. I actually don't even know how they got the ball, but first tackle for them, Riley Smith. It's really depressing reading the comments on the Titans Insta page. Hopefully Titans can turn it around. Yeah, it definitely would be. But also it's deserved. And that's going to be a penalty here to the Eels. They may take the 2. Junior Paulo knocks the ball on, but they are going to call a penalty for an offside, and I think they'll go for the 2 here. I miss the old angry Blitzy. Yeah, well, Blitzy, he'd be having fun right now because the Eels should be about to take a 2-0 lead. No, I did see him pop in for that Sharks game. I know he didn't really want to comment that one because he knew that he'd probably get roasted. But no, I'm very well aware of where my team's at. I think he quickly popped into the first stream. Yeah, he did. I saw him briefly in that first stream. I'll have a look at some of those comments on Insta. I'll have a look while they go for this kick. I can't comment on their Instagram because they restricted me. But let me have a look. They didn't even get 1,000 likes. They didn't even get 900 likes on their Instagram. Tino comes back and we are ordinary. What's going on there? We can get 3 forwards for him. Pairs, you welcome. Who knew rock bottom had a trapdoor? Oh, dude, Tino's getting slapped. Played better in the last few weeks. That Tino, I hate to say, 50 points. We're winning the premiership now. We've already conceded 50 this year. But anyway, the Eels will get the 2. And it will be 2-0 Parramatta. 2-0 Parramatta. It can't go on any longer, can it? I'll always love the Titans, but geez, they make it hard sometimes, all the time. Des gone. Let's put a back row in the centres when the opposition is some of the fastest outside backs in the comp. Oh, I don't know about that. Sharks aren't really a speedy team. Other teams chase premierships. We just chase spoons. Yep, they are getting roasted. What are you sniffing there? What you mean? You haven't seen me sniffing this for the last 3 months? Ty, Herbal, and Haler. I sniff it nearly on every single game. And Luca Moretti, he's actually on the field. He didn't get injured, and it's a penalty to the Eels immediately at the 20. It is a penalty immediately to the Eels. Why is Trello? I thought he played last week. He did play last week. He just decided to come in, screw the Titans, and then he's out again. Are they saying this is a shoulder charge here from Jacob? Yeah, it is. It is a shoulder charge from Jacob Hose. So it will be a penalty to the Eels. Yeah, no, Latrell just wants to come in, hurt the Titans' feelings and emotions, and then he says catch and is back at a later date. 94 people watching, 9 likes. Come on, bump those likes up, you cats. Bump the likes up, you cats. Come on. Smack it in. Host HIA? I don't know, maybe. But 3 penalties for Parramatta in the first 6 minutes here is pretty significant to show where the Rabbitohs discipline's at. Yeah, Big Tino is getting copped bad. Big Tino is getting caught bad. But it's like the Rabbitohs game wasn't good. People just look at the scoreline and think that was a good result. It's like, or not a good result, but like a proud performance. And you're just like, it's not, mate. It just isn't. Like losing 20-18 to the Rabbitohs last week, the Rabbitohs were awful, but the Titans were just worse. So 4 tackle now for the Eels. Now be the 25. 4 tackle for the Eels. And that'll be Elton Mitchell-Moses. He steps and he'll go to the 15. Takes himself out of the 5th tackle option. He's shooting a Maybelline ad. Exactly right. Out to Papali. Good kick. No, it's not. 7 tackle set coming up for the Rabbitohs. No, it's not. All right, so Rabbitohs will bring this ball out to the 20. He's one of the best forward packs in the game. Like, give him a break. I can understand the perspective that people talk about Tino in that when Tino plays for the Titans, maybe not today, but like overall, Tino is a very hard worker. He's got a solid work ethic, but I don't know right now if the Titans will progress with him on the basis that when he does play, it seems like a lot of players do click off and allow him to do the harder work and allow him to be the guy. And it's like they need to motivate from him, not use him as... Yeah, they really need to adjust their perspective when they're playing. If they kind of I liked Mikey Fodawaker early on today, but yeah, no, it's tough because we don't have a great record with Tino when he is out. We do actually sometimes play quite better. So I can understand why they're talking. I think Tino doesn't deserve the criticism as heavy, but I can understand the perspective that people are looking at it from. Jay says, I will not. Has someone... I might not be able to see a comment. I can't even see if someone's mentioned something about you. So 3rd tackle here at the 30. And Riley Smith out to Zach Lomax. And Lomax will get this ball here to the 35. I just think the Titans have gotten to a point where the lack of success is going to prevent the growth of any players that other people across other teams try. Gray gets the ball to 20. He'll be taken down to 30. I don't know how many players can progress right now with this club. Noel says, mate, how was the Titans first on the ladder? I thought they were at the bottom. No, they've never lost a game in their history. So this is just a screenshot from the NRL.com app. Third tackle here at the 42. Third tackle. 9 minutes into the first half. And they give it off to Jai Arrow, then Jai Gray. Jai Gray to Isaiah Tass, and Isaiah Tass to the 50 on fourth tackle. 10 minutes into the first half here, 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. But yeah, I don't know how many players are going to be able to progress in the Titans system. Philip Sami's obviously going to the Perth Bears. Tino's got offers everywhere. It's like, I don't blame players, man. Like, if I could leave, I would leave, but I can't leave because it's my home. So I'm always proud of my home. But, you know, if the same kind of option was for the fans where you got paid to go somewhere else, like, you know, you'd think about it, despite how loyal you are. But I would never leave because it's my home. But they make it easy for you. Second tackle here for the Eels in the 45. Yeah, very serious channel, mate, Brenton. Very serious. And Josh Adokar to the 40 on third tackle. Noel says, why is Toronto playing today? I'm actually not too sure. Rabbitohs fans in the chat, why is Toronto... Oh, sorry. I did see something. A pinch back... Something about his back? He had a pinched nerve in his back or something like that? I could be wrong. And Isaiah Yongi off to Penasini, and he'll get the ball to 25 on fourth tackle. Yeah, I think the Eels are on him today. I think the Eels have got this win today. Good offload at the back there from Moses. Then to Penasini, and he'll be at the 10, fifth tackle. You can tell who's already in the... Well, Jack says injured. Well, we're very well aware he's injured, Jack. He was asking why. Like, what is his injury? And knock on from the Eels. Rabbitohs ball at 20. Jack says, you're the reason the fan base is still going at Titans community players. Keep your head up. You know, you can't win. When you're in the public light, man, big or small, you can't win. It's impossible to win. And you have to kind of come to terms with that if you're going to be a content creator, you're going to be posting on Instagram or just like going to games regularly and whatnot. If you are in the public eye, whatever you say, there will be someone who disagrees. So if you say positive, like what I've done for years, you be ultimately positive, you just constantly promote positivity and you say, well, we'll get them next week. We're grateful, lucky to have a team and, you know, we'll just be happy to enjoy footy. Then you'll have a lot of people who love what you're saying, but then you'll also have a lot of people who will go against you and say, no, that's bullshit because this team is performing poorly and you've got to hold them accountable and be realistic from other fans and also from your own team. But if you go on the negative side and you focus on what they're saying, they'll be like, yeah, shit, yeah, you're telling it how it is. Over the top here, Jai Gray, Alex Johnston. And Alex Johnson taking another 25 on fifth tackle. They'll be like, shit, yeah, you're telling the truth. You're being realistic. It's good to see that you're trying to hold the club accountable. But then you'll get the positive fans who'll be like, well, that's bullshit. You know, like, how is that helping this club? Eels out of card taken down at the 3 first tackle. They'll be like, how is this helping this club? You know, what are the fans going to be able to do? And you're just inciting hatred, right? So no matter what you do, you will have, and if you sit in the fence, then they both hate you. So I used to be on that positive side. And then I switched because I realised how incompetent this organisation is and the way that they treat people and the lack of accountability. And then like I said, you get the positive fans who are like, oh, well, what's this switch kind of deal? So it's like, yeah, I just be me, dude. I just be me. If people like it, they do. If they don't, they don't. Then the Eels are going to be away here at the 50, the 40, the 35, the 30, and they're going to be at the 20. A good run from the Eels, and it's fifth tackle. Fifth tackle at 20, and they go left. Riley Smith up to Mitchell Moses. Moses now to Dylan Brown, kicks it through. That's going to be too hard, and it's going to be a 7 tackle set here for the Rabbitohs at the 20. Brent says, do you think the Titans recruitment tries to sell the lifestyle in the GC to newer players than what the club could do? Or yes. Yes, but we have Ezra Howe got moved on from the Titans, who was our recruitment guy, and now he's at the Perth Bears with Mal. So I don't even know if we have a recruitment guy at the moment. It's called tall poppy syndrome, mate. Mostly from people that don't know what they're talking about. I do agree. I do agree. There is a lot of people over the years who they see like they see you get named as this like number one fan and think that you gave yourself that moniker. And it's like, I never gave myself that moniker. I've always been about the community. But like these people always be like, they want that and they don't put the same amount of effort into going every game or doing content and all that sort of stuff and promoting. So a lot of people don't kind of see what goes into stuff like that. And it's like, no one is the one actually putting that name on themselves and that moniker themselves. It's just they hear it from other people and they're like, I want that. And then they kind of hate you because they're not getting that, even though they're not doing anything in the public limelight. So, it's always, you just have to have a pretty good understanding about the online world, man, if you ever do stuff like this. So the Rabbitohs now be third tackle, and they're going to be at the 30. Thanks, Jay. Wonder if anyone at the top gets moved on. It's needed at this point. It does. It is very much needed. People want to get handed things, never want to work for it. Absolutely does. That is 100%. Fourth tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 24, and they'll go off to Ashton Ward. Ashton Ward, short ball into the line for Jacob Hose, and Jacob Hose is going to be 13 metres out. Okay, Jack, I'm going to be honest with you. Jay wasn't being honest. He doesn't want to hear your life story. So Ashton Ward, Jai Gray, run inside. Tyrone Munro! Try time for the Rabbitohs. Try time for Tyrone Munro, the first try of the game, and it's 4-2 to South Sydney with a kick to come. With a kick to come, South Sydney take the lead. Here we go. South Sydney on Indigenous round. They always give it a red-hot ripper. And right there, they've started off with a bang with the first try of the game in the first 15 minutes. I know I'm just rolling with it, yeah, but I'd appreciate if you didn't. I'd appreciate it, and Jay probably wouldn't appreciate it, and I know. So 4-2, 15 minutes in. But no, the online game, that's why when you see people go into reality shows, a lot of people, like for example, Love Island has like a high depression rate from people who actually leave it afterwards because they get heavily criticised, and a lot of them are just normal people who haven't been in front of overall on a consistent level as much eyes as gets seen there, and then everyone's got an opinion, right? So even though it's a relatively scripted reality show, even things like Big Brother and stuff, these people are normal people that get just thrown into, bang, and then it's very difficult to kind of deal with, have everyone having an opinion on you rather than just your close friends and family. So there's actually a pretty high rate of depression and violent acts. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to trigger anyone, but there's a very high rate of stuff like that from reality shows because it's very difficult when you do have everyone having an opinion, and especially when they decide their opinion based off of their own personal biases as well. Sean says, looks like he's hiding a transplant. What are we talking about? What? Who looks like they're hiding a transplant? Mark says, what about Beauty and the Geek? Off with your head. What about Beauty and the Geek? Off with your head? I know the show Beauty and the Geek, but I don't know what off with your head means. Jay, that hair is shocking. Oh, you're talking about the Josh Papali haircut. Again, it was apparently a lost bet. No, a punishment, sorry. But he will miss the kick there from the sideline for the Rabbitohs, and it'll be 4-2. 4-2. Leon says, depends on the person. Some people can block the negativity out, I agree, and others indulge in it and start spiraling. Yeah. At times, like, I used to care. I used to give a shit. But I think that was because I was so heavily involved that it's like I couldn't get away from it at games and stuff like that. Nowadays, it's just like I know I couldn't really care less. Like, I'll acknowledge it, and I'll see it, and I'll see if it's something that I believe that I should change or whatnot, individually speaking. But, like, at the end of the day, yeah, no, for me, for the most part, I kind of got over that maybe midway through last year. But it is very difficult for most people. But, yeah, a lot of people who go down the trolling route don't realise how, like, sinister that becomes late on. I actually tried to help Hainsey out with this and a few other people where it's like, Rabbitohs now will get this ball to the 35, good run, third tackle. Other content creators, I've spoken to about this, like, if you call out players or you go down a route of really villainising another club and whatnot, like, you open yourself up to a really bad, toxic community overall, which, again, I've had in the past, but I learn't from it. And that's why I try to help out guys like that. Josh Adokar hit the 15. And we all know kind of what happened with Hainsey and whatnot with the Hello Sport groups. So the Eels' second tackle now at the 20. Marcus, don't you watch the news? A chick killed her bloke and chopped him up last week. Well, I'm in Vietnam, Mark, so I don't see the same news as you do. But no, I didn't even know about that. Is that from the Beauty and the Geek show? Gee whiz. Gee whiz, yeah, no, I had no idea about that, mate. No idea. 4 tackle here at the 40. Good run. Now to the 45 here for Penasini. 18 minutes in. Nikhil, so I think if you didn't give a shit, you wouldn't be a streamer, but at the same time, it's not for everyone. Exactly right, everyone has feelings. Yeah, sometimes you can get hit. Sometimes it hits you. But you learn to kind of move past it and realise they're just a fuckhead. So it's going to be the Rabbitohs at the 10. And they will get out Jai Gray. Oh, nearly broke through at the 20. Leon says, yeah, it's good how you just immediately hide the trolls who offer nothing of substance. Yeah, that's the moderators, man. I will tell someone if I time them out or hide them, to be honest. The moderators do a good job here. But yeah, no, sometimes I'll reply to it because it's a bit of a laugh. If I reply to something, it means that I don't give a shit. So 3rd tackle here at the 40, and they go to Jamie Humphries, and then it hits the grass where the Rabbitohs pick it up here at the 40 on 4 tackle. Mark says, yeah, she was on the Beauty and the Geek. She lost the plot. Damn, dude. Women, am I right? Women, am I right? Deary me. Brandon's Beauty and the Decapitated. Okay, let's not make... This is an actual death we're talking about here, so let's not make jokes about it. Deary me. He does not miss, Jay says. Deary me. Adaka's away here. Gets the ball to the 45. Good run. Good run. And now they roll back to Riley Smith. He'll get it out to Mitchell Moses. 10 from 10 completions for the Eels and 8 from 8 completions for the Rabbitohs. 100% for both teams is brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And also, even to answer your question, Mark, I don't really watch the news a great deal. I'll keep an eye on certain things. That's come out the back. No, they're going to say it was held. So 3rd tackle at 35. The news is literally designed to make you feel negative about life. So it's like, keep an eye on things, but not overall care too much. 4 tackle here at the 25, and Papali gives it off to Dylan Brown. Really good rolling set here from the Eels, and Jermaine Hopgood now to 15 on 5th tackle. 5th tackle, back to Riley Smith, off to Mitchell Moses. Moses into the line, short ball, knock on. And now it'll be Rabbitohs ball here at the 10. 20 minutes gone in the first half, 20 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 20 minutes to go, thumbs up, subscribe. Get some stand-up comedians out here. Leon says, what's the crowd like? Bunnies fans making a case to move to Allianz. It does sound like there is a significant more Rabbitohs fans there. I'd love to see a crowd shot. It's a decent enough crowd. Yeah, no, I don't know if they're making enough of a case to move to Allianz. The whole back section there looked empty at the top. No, I don't think I would say the Rabbitohs are making too heavy of a case to get that Allianz move like they want with the crowd today. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad crowd by any means. So Brandon Smith is warming up to come on the field. To be honest, I don't watch TV. I saw it on a YouTube ad. I'm going to Google this. Bailey Bentley Hape has to come off here with HIA. Beauty and the Geek. News. It will come up straight away if it's legit. Beauty and the Geek, Alum charged with murdering her partner. Yeah, okay, that was a month ago. Yeah, dearie me. Yeah, yikes. Yikes, okay, yeah, that happened about a month ago. Khalifa says, I bet the Rabbitohs are going to lose because they're last. Well, they're not last, and also they're currently winning right now 4-2, but the Rabbitohs are in second last. They are not in last. The Canberra Raiders are in last. Yes, they are. You can't argue it. Where are they? Where are they? Because the ladder here suggests that they're not in the top 10, and I'm assuming that based off of that, they're in last position. So 3rd tackle now at the 25. This has been not the greatest of quality games, lads. And as someone said before the stream started, I'm going to have to do some heavy lifting. And instead, we've talked about social media and the effects of mental health. We've also talked about Beauty and the Geek and some chick who chopped her husband up, apparently. So I wonder what the next conversation will be. Casey says, Parramatta supporter of 42 years, has been a tough slog. Casey, I feel you, mate. I feel you. I understand that you've gone through a rough one there. I'm a Titans fan, so I feel you. I definitely feel you, man. Maybe not as long as you, but also we've had some extremely rough years, just like you've had some extremely rough years. We've actually had a lot of extremely rough years alongside each other. 2011, even in the years that were down the bottom area, except for the last 5 years or so. But even those 2010s were always down there with you, except for maybe 2016. 4 tackle for the Rabbitohs at the halfway point. Brenton says there was a chick in the 80s that chopped her husband up and fed it to his dog. She worked in an arbiter. That's insane. Fed it to his dog. That's sick. That's wild, man. Women, am I right? So the Rabbitohs will get this ball here at the 3. Just a joke for all the people out there. God, gee whiz. First tackle here at the 10. Nikhil, hey mate, it's your friend Daz here. Hey buddy, we are all currently watching TV at 8 p.m. Oh, does anyone watch TV anymore? I don't think anyone really watches TV anymore. I know I don't. Third tackle at 15. Why do you need? Why would you need it? You can watch sport online. You can watch the news online. You can choose which news you watch. You can watch any movie you want at any given time for free. You just have to know which one to go with. Fifth tackle here for Brandon Smith at 35. Do Eels have a chance at playoffs? JC Finesse, I'm actually offended you've asked me that question. JC, I'm actually offended that you think Parramatta... You asked me the question of, did Parramatta have a chance at the finals? Oh, dearie me. Adam Denman says, not the chat I was expecting on Saturday night when I flicked over to the stream, but I'll roll with it. Well, what do you expect? We're watching the second last versus fifth last here. Whoever loses this probably ends up in either third last or second last. We've just come off of an absolute belter of a Broncos-Dolphins game that I know you damn were watching, but you're not coming off fraud alert yet. You're very well aware of why, but it was a very good game regardless. But this is what we do here. The Saturday night stream, if it's not a great game, usually we'll go down this kind of path, but it is still close on the basis that, one, no one really cares about the result of this besides the fans of the actual team, but also, two, it's usually after 2 big streams. I've had to deal with my idiotic team for starters and then into your crazy game. So Jai Gray, he'll get this ball out here at the 15, he'll be away here to 20. The 25, he's away here to 30. Oh, take him down. Jason, there was this bloke who chopped up a dog... Rabbitohs are away here. Jamie Humphries at the 44. You're an idiot. Sean James says you're in Vietnam. A streamer back sack and crack. What? What are you on about? Streamer back sack and crack wax? Streamer? What? Dear God, help this chat right now. And 6 again for the Rabbitohs at the 35. This is coming from the bloke in Thailand. Oh my gosh, Sean. I feel for you, Casey. Fingers crossed Parra comes good ASAP. Yeah, it's going to be hard with new teams coming in. The Perth Bears, the Papua New Guinean team, and then also South Island, New Zealand eventually. Jai Gray knocks the ball on. Leon says Manly Tigers should be eye-raising tomorrow. That's the better game of the 2 tomorrow at the very least. It's the better game of the 2. Because the Cowboys night should be similar to this in a lot of ways. But if the Rabbitohs win this, the Cowboys and the Knights, whoever loses that will be second last. If the Knights lose it, well, the Cowboys, if the Titans' points differential after today has just been slapped. So their points differential was actually quite equal with the Eels and the Knights and whatnot, far away from the Rabbitohs, but I think the Titans get the spoon this year. I think it's pretty much locked up. Dad, it's 10 p.m. and I'm on the YouTube on my phone while I watch the game on my laptop. TV is feeling very lonely. I honestly don't watch TV. Riley Smith's away here. Great run. He's got Papali to his inside. He didn't pass it. So Papali now at the 25 gets it across here to Penasine. Dylan Brown. Then on to Kamatulungi. Offloaded to... Bing bong, Isaiah Yongi with the try. And the Parramatta Squeals with the try time. 6-4 with a kick to gum. 15 minutes to go the first half. Try time to the Parramatta Squeals. That is a try time. Isaiah Yongi right back in and runs it straight on through. Straight on through, big boy. Too easy. And it all came from that Riley Smith run. Casey says, will Parramatta the 8 next year if they stay healthy? Okay, well, let's get the easy ones out of the way. The Storm will make the 8. Panthers will make the 8 next year. Roosters should make the 8 next year. You'd assume the Bulldogs make the 8 next year. You'd assume the Warriors make the 8 next year. You'd assume the Raiders make the 8 next year. So you just have to be... I don't know, dude. I don't think so. I think Manly should have a better year next year. Oh, maybe better year next year with Jamal Fogarty, maybe. But Anthony Seibold's still the coach. Dolphins will be thereabouts. Doms' Titans make the 8 next year. Okay. I'll back you in, Dom. I'll back you in. I'll back you in. Oh, back in. But 6-4 to Parramatta. 30 minutes to go. Here comes the delusion. Well, Tasman, I was about to suggest the Dogs maybe come in the bottom 4, but I thought that would upset you, so I wanted to make you feel better today. Newcastle's been disappointing. No, they've been the same that we expected. I think I tipped them for what, third last? Well, I think I tipped them for third last. I had the Tigers for last, like, sue me for having the team that came third last in a row. Sorry, the team coming in last 3 years in a row to come last for 4th year in a row. Jeez, you know, what a crazy prediction. Then I had... Who did I have in second last? I can't actually remember who I had in second last. Because I know they had the Raiders in 9th, which was way higher than everybody else. I had the Roosters in 4th last. That's a bit of a wrong prediction. But at the time, in hindsight, it's a wrong prediction. But at the time, it was looking pretty likely. And for a lot of this season, it was looking likely too. Nick Hills, will the Broncos make the 8 next season? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're in a bit of trouble. Like, as in, I still think they need a lot of things to go their way because Renault's not getting any younger and he's also injured. Ben Hunt will be 36 next year. Ezra Mam, sure, but he's got his own problems. I think they've got a bit of an issue in regards to their halves. But it's going to be the Eels at the 35, third tackle. I think I'd rate us last. Most people did, Marcel. But if you watched my postseason review last year, I did say the Raiders have a more positive future coming forward than most people are giving them credit for. I didn't believe it would be this year. I was actually thinking next year was going to be the year. They had a year like this year. But I was just 1 year short, and that's why I still had them in 9th and to compete. I thought that would be better, but I was expecting next year to be a better year. But that Raiders season review is on the channel, so if anyone wanted to check that out, you can. So Alex Johnson gets his ball here at the 5, and it's first tackle, 12.5 minutes to go here the first half. If we come bottom 4 with a fully healthy roster next year, I'll become a Perth Bears fan for a day. Well, no, for a day, no, you become a Perth Bears fan, Daz. How about that? If you're so confident, if you're so damn well confident, champion. Para or Waz? Oh, I think I had Waz second last. Actually, Rabbitohs are away here. Jai Great. The 40, the 45. He gets it off to Isaiah Tass, and Isaiah Tass beat the 44. Good run there from Jai Great. But Isaiah Tass beat the 44. Marcus, the Roosters have been like Jekyll and Hyde. Half the year they were terrible, then they turned it up. Yeah, like the Panthers, but I think the Roosters have had better results against better teams for mine. But, good run there by Jabby Humphries to the 35. Roosters and Panthers have had very similar seasons, actually. All right, Ashton Ward puts this one up into the corner where it will be grabbed at the 10. And Yonki gets the ball to 15. That's going to be a penalty for a high tackle. Fine. Daz, if you become a Perth Bears fan, I'm blocking you. Straight up. You're getting straight up 100% blocked. You're getting blocked on every single account. I don't even use BKRtravel on my Instagram, and I'll still block you. I'll still block. Top 1, it's already decided, mate. Okay, Dom, I'm here for it. I back you in. I'm so here for it. It's not funny. All right, so they will kick this ball out here to the 45. Switching teams ain't worth it, Daz. You do that, Daz. I see you in a Bears jersey. And I'm telling you, Jay is going to slap you with that first game over there at HBF Park. So, Rabbitohs, Jai Arrow will take the Eels down at the 50. 10 minutes to go the first half. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. This is a bit more of a chill stream, guys, because there's not a great deal riding on it. Second half might change in regards to the way we commentate. But it is a penalty again to the Eels at the 40. So they're going to get inside the attacking 20 here. Buck says, who's switching teams? Don't you start, Buck. You've been trying to jump on bandwagons for the last couple of weeks because you know the Eels season's done. Don't you damn well start. Also, JC Finesse, I really hope that you didn't actually think I was actually offended because I realised you haven't commented since I said I was offended that you said, do the Eels have a chance at playoffs? I hope you don't think I'm actually offended because I actually am, though. Really am. Mitchell Moses at the 22. I won't sleep tonight because of that disastrous question. It was a disastrous question. Have a really solid word to yourself. Walker. And now they're 15 metres out. Second tackle. And Bentley Harpy is the pronunciation. Eels short ball. Penasini. Here comes a try time for Zach, the Taxman Lomax. 12-4 with a kick to come. The Eels go right and they will score. 12-4 with a kick to come. Marcel, so are you going to do the player position rankings at the end of the season anymore? I always do those at the beginning of the season. I just didn't get time at the beginning of this year because obviously I had all these plans for India and Thailand and America with Vegas and Vietnam and whatnot. So I didn't get a chance, but I'll do that at the beginning of next year. It probably does make sense, really, to do it at the end of the year. No, we'll do it at the beginning of the year. It gets people hyped up. So Eels up 12-4 here, and a big kick from the sideline to try and make it a 10-point game. Mark says, yes, but the Raiders are 17th in the ladder. That is a great point, Mark. You make a very fantastic spot-on point. Really impressive stuff there. It's good to see that we've got some thinkers in the chat. Good to see we've got some real solid thinkers in the chat. Real solid thinkers. Try time, bing bong, mother bish. I forgot the boom. Forgot the big boom. I am happy with this round, though. I think this round has been a fun round to watch. Broncos Dolphins lived up to it. Panther Storm was the best game of the season, nearly. Warriors Dragons was underwhelming, but still good. Tax man. Tax is sorted today. Well, it's not looking likely that Alex Johnson's going to score a try today, unfortunately. He hasn't got a great deal of ball. Hasn't got a fantastic amount of ball so far, and it's looking like a bit of struggle straight for the old Alex Johnson. Still needs 3 tries. It'd be so disappointing if he can't get it before the end of this season and we have to wait till next year. Maybe that'll build up some high tension, though. Why is his kick taking forever and a day? Francis says, I like this round because the Roosters are on. You're very lucky because the Roosters nearly finished in 9th when the Dolphins are up by 14 and Lomax does what he does best and he will miss the kick like he does best. That is what Lomax does. I got to update this ladder. Jeez, whatever this song is that they're playing at Allianz Stadium right now, it's really like... It's like deep and dark. It's like deep and dark. Ooh, we're getting a vibe. We're getting a strong vibe here. Alright, I'm just updating this ladder. Move that bad boy there. Alright, Bulldogs, you're definitely on frauds. Warriors, you're still there. Till maybe next week. Broncos, you're still there, son. You're absolutely still there. And then Dolphins, you're definitely there. And there is going to be a mistake here from the Eels. The Rabbitohs get the ball here at the 13. A mistake from the Eels. Dasmay, I can't put the Dogs on scam. I know you want me to put the Dogs on scam, and I'm putting no scam. They're not ready for a scammer just yet. If they go and lose a couple of games, if they lose their next 2 games, then maybe. That was a bad loss to the Roosters yesterday. There we go. Ladder is fixed. Titans will stay off a fraud alert for 1 day. They will stay off fraud alert for 1 week, sorry. Yep, this is just going to be a knock-on. They're going to challenge this. They're going to lose the challenge. Jimson says, go to Eels all the way from Papua New Guinea. Jay says, Eels smash. Tay says, not even if they play the Titans. Titans are the greatest team that ever existed. Sando says, I really don't know why Moses isn't first choice kicker. That's because Taxman pays his taxes correctly, and I don't know if Moses does, so that's why they lean with him. Responsible man, very responsible man. Nikhil said, I just realised Smith was playing. Riley Smith, yeah. Alright, Rabbitohs. Let's see Alex Johnson get a try here. 8 minutes to go the first half, down by 8. They go out to the left. Here we go. Jai Gray inside. Would have liked you to pass that ball there. First tackle at the 5. See, listen to the sound in Allianz Stadium. It's like they've got like a deep and dark fetish right now. They're really trying to get that tension going. This is cool, but why are you playing music during the set? Or is that just like a... I don't know. That's a knock on there for the Rabbitohs, and the Eels will pick it up. And Dylan Brown will bring it out into the 20, 0 tackle. I think the stream is more exciting than the game at the moment. Woohoo! We're flying, son. We're flying. Tito Towers has finally have time to join live. Have you been, Blaze? Well, the Titans have been, that's for sure. I've been bloody beaten. I'm all over the world, champion. I'm all over the world, living it up. And our third tackle here for the Eels. Really disappointing season from your Rays this year, not to be in the top 10, though, TJ Tower. I was expecting them to be at least in the top 10, but really unfortunate year for them, being in last place. So Riley Smith, and it's going to be Jermaine Hopgood, gets away from the tackle. He's got a good pass away, and that's going to be not a good pass away because it's a knock-on from the Eels. And now the Rabbitohs will be at the 35. Papali made the contact. He looks like a damn well Super Saiyan guy. He looks like a guy from Dragon Ball Z with that hairstyle. I swear they keep playing music in that stadium. Stop playing music when it's during the set. Second tackle, 48 metres out. Sunday, can I ask you, when the Broncos were down by 14 points, were you having a mini heart attack? Were you having a mini heart attack there? And out to... Here's a chance to Rabbitohs. They break through. Cody Walker at the 20 on fourth tackle. It was a really good run into the line there from Cody Walker. Now Jamie Humphries goes left. Jai Gray, left-hand side. Pass the ball, you cats. Alex Johnson's right there. He's right there. 6 again here for the Rabbitohs. Okay, 10 metres out. And 6 again. 6 again. 7 metres out here. First tackle. Mamazelis goes through himself. 4 metres out. He learned from Harry Grant to try for that, a little sneaky. And they'll give it out. I don't know what's happening with this sound effect in the stadium. Oh, that's a penalty. He's gone past the horizontal there for sure. And that is a penalty of the Rabbitohs. I was asleep. I'm not going to lie. I played soccer today and had a nap. You missed out on a cracker game. But in the second half, the first 10 minutes of the second half, the Dolphins led 28-14 after it was 14-14 at half time. Mark says Harry Grant is a wizard. He made the Panthers defense look silly. He did, yeah, but it was fantastic. It was fantastic what he did. Jamie Humphries now 3 minutes out. Couldn't even blame the Panthers too much. And 6 again as well. Oh, but they won't need it because Peter Mamazelis shakes it around and goes Booska with a dummy run straight on through. And it is going to be 12-8 with a kick to come just before half time for the Rabbitohs. That's huge. I don't know what. Maybe it's just the sound effects in the stadium. Maybe someone's got some drum there and it's just like a really awkward, weird sound. It's actually kind of annoying. It's not like a banging sound. It's like a deep sound in behind. It's like they're really trying to make it a grungy feel. But the Rabbitohs will score, and it'll be a 4-point game. It's about to be a 2-point game because they should kick it from right in front. Doon doon doo 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 doo. You know what? You guys can suggest what I have for dinner tonight here in Vietnam. Suggest me something. And no, the first thing that comes to your head for people who watched a couple of weeks ago, that's not going to be happening. That's not going to be happening. And that's what I'm talking about, Brenton. He said cat, and then Dasmate says dog. For gosh sake, you know? Johan says no dog. There is absolutely no dog happening. Absolutely. Noodles for dinner. I'm not going to say no to that, especially with the noodles over here. But thank you for giving me a genuine answer, Francisa, because I've got two Muppets here in Dasmate and Brenton who've said dog and cat. And now we've got Jay saying roasted and stuffed guinea pig. Oh my gosh. You know, ask for a legitimate suggestion. Get one normal person to reply and get these Muppets say cat, dog and buddy damn well roasted and stuffed guinea pig. Jeez. Aussie Butler says, remember when you used to go to Raw games and then you got bullied so much you left? Raw games? I never got bullied a single time at Raw games. Raw games? Raw games? Are you thinking of the same bloke here? I stopped going to Raw games because I was in Sydney at the time, and yeah, because I got 2019 I was at Raw games, and then in Sydney in 2020, or Fiji in 2020, and then 2021 I was in Sydney, and 2022 is when I went back to Fiji for a bit. I don't know if you're thinking about the right guy here. I don't know. Just Poker says, go eat some nice Indian. Yeah, it's a good shout. Don't lie, we saw it. I don't even know what you're talking about. I really don't. KJ Sports says, where do you think the Bronx will finish? I had one of the Den guys actually message me last year asking me to come to a game at at Gosford, I think it was. I just didn't have the time to go to it. KJ Sports says, where do you think the Bronx will finish? Probably... maybe 6th or 7th. No, probably in 7th, mate. Maybe even an 8th. I do think that they probably make the 8th, though. You got to try to put your selfie stick away and then cry and never come back. The Den always wanted me to have the vlog out. The Den always got around it. It made me think about the Wanderers game. The Wanderers game where there was a bit of a situation, but they all apologised for that. The Wanderers game was one you were thinking about. The Den there was never a problem at all. Lance says, you normally know the teams your viewers go for. For the most part, man, if they're a regular and they're always kind of getting around their team, then yeah, I'll have a pretty good idea. Like Sundo's obviously a Roosters fan. Nikhil, Dasmate's a Dogs fan there. And Nikhil's definitely a big Titans fan. Massive Titans fan. Brent Essex is a Knights fan. Jay Hayes is always a Titans fan. Leave it to them in the past, pal. No, but I think he is thinking about the wrong thing, because there was a situation with the Wanderers when I went and sat in the RBB, because this was at a time when I was streaming, I was vlogging all different games, and I was going all different teams. Rabbitohs here on the left-hand side, Johnson, 10 metres out, fit tackle. When I was at a Wanderers game at the RBB, they had a problem with it, and that was my bad, but they also apologised for the way they acted and all that type of jazz. But the Den I never had a problem with. One of the Den guys actually contacted me, like I said, last year, and wanted me to come to a Gosford game to get some content with him and whatnot, but I just didn't have the time to do it. I think I was at a Titans game at the time in maybe not Townsville, somewhere. I was at a Titans game, so I couldn't go to it. Nikhil says, can't wait for the Titans game next week. Ultras don't like phones or filming the section. Yeah. Well, the Den was always good. RBB was different. Yeah, RBB was different. And I get it. I wouldn't go back into an active area and stuff with the camera and whatnot, but yeah, no, I don't think you understand. Aussie Battler, I think you might have the wrong person, because at no Den game did I ever have a problem with anybody. Fiji's amazing in the right places and income. Income-wise, Fiji's not a great place. Fiji's a low income there. Third tackle now for the Eels, and they'll be the 35. 38 seconds to go in the first half. Short James, so old mate couldn't do streaming like you, so he talks shit now, chin up. Who? No, that's not what's happening. No, I think he's talking about the RBB thing where because basically there's been situations in the past with like the media and the way that fans are treated in Australia from an active section viewership, like in regards to whether it be the Victory fans down there or the RBB back in like 2014, 2013, there was like a big kick up, and people just don't like cameras. And also because if you allow cameras in there, then everyone's just, most of the guys are just going to put like a phone up and they're not going to be chanting. The whole point of the active area is to chant and get passionate behind the team. So I completely, fully understand that. I'm different because I would always chant and stuff like that. But I can understand the thought process, and especially in regards to the way that people don't want to be seen on camera and publicly whilst doing it for the most part. So the Rabbitohs now at the 25. And Jai Arrow gives it out. Here's a chance. His eye task kicks this into the corner. And it will be halftime. It will be halftime there at 12-10 to the Eels. Look, it's a close game. It is a close game here at 12-10. It's not been the greatest of quality by any means, but that's what you're going to get from... Oh, wait, is there a penalty here? Is there a penalty coming up? There's an on report for Mitchell Moses. Previously. So no penalty, but it's just on report for a high contact from Mitchell Moses earlier. And, oh, yeah. Oh, damn. That was shoulder to the face there. Moses is complaining about it, but, like that was high. That was high and shoulder directly to the face. Most water on the bridge is just some misunderstanding. Regarding what? Oh, the RBB thing, yeah. Nicholas' halftime discussion is what you will have for dinner. Yeah, look, I can go through the stats here. I'll go through the stats here at halftime. It's not been fantastic, but it obviously is close. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get into it. Let me refresh this so I can get those stats up. And move this bad boy down here. All right, so possession-wise, Rabbitohs 51%, 49% for the Eels. Rabbitohs just with a little bit of an advantage there. But they have missed a kick. 2 tries apiece, though. Tyrone Munro and Peter Mumbles-Ellis for the Rabbitohs, and Isaiah Yongi and Zach Lomax there for the Eels. And then you've got Rabbitohs with time of possession 13 minutes 10, and the Eels with 12 minutes 23. They're 25 minutes overall with ball in hand, which means there is quite a bit of ill discipline in this game, which is taking away minutes, and also quite a few errors, which is a bit of a problem. Now, completion rate, you need to be at least hitting 80%. Rabbitohs are at 86% with 19 from 22, and the Eels are at 80% from 17 from 21, so both teams not complaining about that completion rate. Runs-wise, Eels are at 91 for 820. The Rabbitohs are at 99 for 719. That's wowzers. That's not good. That's not good for the Rabbitohs. They are losing by 100 metres on the Eels on run meters with 8 extra runs. 8 extra runs. So if you give that basic 10 metres per average, per run on average, from 91 to 99, that's 8 runs. Then that's 80 metres extra. You go to 900 metres. They're beating them out by about 180 metres. The Eels are killing them in regards to the run metre department. Then you go to the post-contact metres. 221 here for the Eels and 207 for the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs with 8 extra runs are getting absolutely beaten across the park in regards to metres or post-contact metres. Line breaks is 6 for the Eels and 3 for the Rabbitohs. And then tackle breaks is 13-12 in favour of the Rabbitohs. So both teams actually defending quite well there in regards to the old tackling. But yeah, the line breaks is... there's a lot of line breaks in this game, which shows the defence overall as well as a collective isn't great, but individually, people aren't missing tackles. Now, average set distance, the Rabbitohs at 32.7. They're not making metres. They're in the underwhelming category. Right bang smack in the middle. 39.06 is at the higher end of a average in marker category. So the 39.06 here for the Eels is fine. It's nothing great, but it's fine. And then you go to the average play the ball speed, 3.62 seconds there for the Rabbitohs, 3.44 seconds there for the Eels. That's pretty slow for the Rabbitohs. That's definitely getting up their slower end, and the Eels are smack in the middle of the average area. And then you go down to the offloads, 6.2 offloads here for the Eels. You go down to the kick defusal of 100% apiece. Effective tackle percentage. Rabbitohs are just underneath the 88% marker. They're in the underwhelming category of 87.64%. 156 tackles made for 12 missed tackles and 10 ineffective. That's 22 bad tackles overall. They're not going to be complained too heavily, but they're still not hitting the marker there. 12 missed tackles is about 3 under the 15 to 17 average. So the 12 missed tackles is not too bad there for the Rabbitohs. It's really good. And the 10 ineffective is actually probably a little bit more than the average of 7 to 9 kind of deal. They're at 10. So yeah, not great in regards to the ineffectives, but really good in regards to the missed. And they got the Eels here at 92.55%, which they'd be very happy with. 174 tackles made for 13 missed tackles and 1 ineffective. So that's 14 bad tackles, 1 extra missed tackle, which is still under the average of 15 to 17. So 13 is pretty good, but the ineffective is just 1. Just 1 singular ineffective tackle. So that is very positive there for Parramatta, where... obviously, they're just able to kind of hold it out right now. But then again, the reason why the Rabbitohs are only down by 2 is because they missed a kick rather than anything else. So, yeah, look, defensively, Eels doing pretty well there, limiting the ineffective, whilst the Rabbitohs are just kind of scraping through. And then you go to the negative play. 6 errors for the Eels, 3 errors for the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs actually not making too many errors, but the Eels are making a decent amount. They're on the higher end of the average. And then you've got the 5 penalties conceded for the Rabbitohs, which is really bad. 2 penalties conceded for the Eels, which is pretty normal. And then you go the ruck infringements, 4 for the Eels, 1 for the Rabbitohs, 1 inside 10 for the Eels, 0 for the Rabbitohs, and then 2 on reports for the Eels and 1 for the Rabbitohs. So, look, overall, the Eels, I'm surprised they're not winning this game by more right now with their stats. They have been absolutely decimating the Rabbitohs in the middle of the field, 8 less runs, and yet they've got 100 extra metres and also 20-odd better post-contact meters. Overall, the Eels should be doing better here with the stats that they've got. They've also got better average set distance. They've got the better defense overall. They've got the faster play, the ball speed. They've got more offloads in this game. They kick the field 100%. They've got the only thing that's issue is the errors. The 6 errors is the crucial killer here for Parramatta overall. But yeah, not the most exciting of games to end off the Super Saturday, but it is close. And we'll take a close game. We will take a close game. Just like the Cowboys-Eels game last week. It was awful for the most part, but that last 5 minutes was just absolutely ripping along. Marcus, the West Tigers fans are crazy. Why do you say that? Tia Tower says, what's the go with Zane Harrison? Looks the goods. Would like to see Titans try out their juniors. Sure, I don't know if Zane's ready yet, but sure. Sure, I don't want him to come in and just lose and then lose and become an Ash Taylor in a lot of ways. So I do get nervous about debuting him too early. Like I said, do you think the Dolphins will play finals taking in... Do you think the Dolphins will play finals taking in they've lost back-to-back matches? They still play the Raiders last round, depending on Broncos, Sharks, and Roosters results, of course. No, I think the Dolphins are done. I really do. The way that I've seen them play, they shouldn't have lost today. They shouldn't have lost today. Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds, Xavier Willison, Selwyn Cobbo, Brendan Piakura, all out for the Broncos. They had to shift in Ben Hunt to the 7, Corey Pace starting 9, and then you've got Billy Walters as the 6. Reece Welsh stood up big time today, which was huge for them, for the Broncos. But ultimately, the Dolphins, they had a 14-point lead. A 14-point lead with 30 minutes to go in that game after just decimating them in that first 10 minutes of the second half, and then completely fell apart. And the Dolphins just don't look like they've got any form of defense these last couple of weeks. They have given up 102 points in their last 2 weeks of footy. 102 points in their last 2 weeks. That is 51 points on average across them both. That is really poor stuff. That is extremely poor. So I don't think so. And the Dolphins, they do have the Titans to play. Ultimately, they're at 26 points. I think you need 32 points to get into the top 8 this year. The Roosters are 4 points away from it. The Sharks will already be there with their bye next week. The Broncos have the Knights next week and the Cowboys the week after before a tough game against the Storm. They should win at least one of those 2 games. And the Panthers, they do have 2 really tough games, but I just can't see the Dolphins going and winning all 3 of their games to get above them. So for me, I've got the Panthers guaranteed there, and the Dolphins would have to just rely on, the Roosters, the Sharks, and the Broncos, but the Roosters play the Eels next week. If the Eels play like they are today and the Roosters play them next week the way they're playing, the Roosters will flog them. The Sharks have the bye and the Broncos have the Knights. All 3 of those teams above the Dolphins are looking pretty red hot for a win next week, especially the Sharks with their bye. But the Dolphins play Manly. And Manly, if they win against the Tigers tomorrow, they're actually tied with the Dolphins on 26 points. Their points differential's poor. But ultimately, it would that's a big game next week. So it's not a guaranteed game for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are out next week. I could see the world. If Manly win tomorrow against the Tigers, I got Manly to beat the Dolphins next week. I saw something today from the Dolphins that really isn't impressive, and that's at that 30-minute mark. They completely capitulated. They should have won that game. Brendan says, I thought the Broncos would have been in shambles tonight. Well, they were, but they played a team that also are in shambles. They don't know what it's like to be here. I said this before the Roosters game last week. This is why I tipped the Roosters. This is why I tip the Roosters, because they don't know what it's like to be here. They're crumbling under the pressure, and this is what they've done in the last couple of years. They've been highly competitive throughout the season, but when it comes to the crunch of the game at the back end of the year, they haven't been able to get it over the line. And that is the Redcliffe Dolphins, unfortunately. They have not been able to really put it in when it matters. They haven't been. Guys, I'm going to quickly run off and have a quick break, just wash my face and whatnot, maybe run to the bathroom, and then I'll be back because we didn't really have a break between games. So give me 2 seconds, just have a bit of a stretch, and then I will be back to cover the second half. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, give me a few moments. Okay, we're back, and we're rocking again. Gamer says, camera not working. Yep, no, it wasn't, because I turned it off while I just ran off quickly. Rush to the bathroom, wash my face, and refresh for the second half, mate. I'm refreshed. I'm refreshed and ready to go for a pelter. Oh my gosh, this is top table stuff, this. Top table stuff. Sean James says, I haven't got my glasses. Granddaughter has lifted them. That's the way. That's always the way. Nikhil says, if Haas is defecting, I wonder if Kevin Walters has anything to do with it. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think Payne Haas and Tino both want to play for Samoa, and I think they're rightfully so. Like, I hate both sides of the argument where people say if people play for Australia, they're only playing for the money, and if they've got Samoan heritage or Tongan heritage or all these kind of island heritage, that they must play for them, otherwise they're a traitor. And it's like, well, someone can be born there and live their entire life in, say, Brisbane, and they can have Samoan heritage, but that is through their family. And it's like, whilst you're culturally, with your family, you've got a lot of Samoan influence, that doesn't mean that you are feeling like you're more Samoan than Australian. If you're born here and lived here your entire life, and this is a big thing with like those protests that are happening in a couple of weeks, a lot of people have been confused whether they're allowed to attend just because they're not white. It's got nothing to do with whether you're white. You're just going to be proud to be Australian. You know, it really is just that simple. Just be proud to be Australian. If you're born here and you've lived here and you love the culture of Australia, you are Australian. You can have heritage from other places and be proud of them. If you want to go and play for Samoa, then go and play for Samoa. You want to go and play for Tonga, you want to go and play for Cook Islands, you want to play Papua New Guinea, Fiji, all these places, then feel free to do that. But, you know, there's this argument from a lot of islanders, and it does specifically come from Samoans and Tongans for a large part, that it's like that the player like a Miso is a traitor because he plays for Australia, when, for example, he might just simply want to play for Australia because that's where he's represented, and he also gets the money. He also gets good money for representing his country. You know, they're not a traitor just because they don't play there. And on the flip side, it's like Australians are like, well, you know, why won't you play for us? You go back overseas, and they obviously get a little bit worried that it's going to make it a more competitive game. That's what we want. We want it to be a more competitive game, because right now internationals realistically do suck if it's Australia playing someone, because we beat everybody. We always have beat everybody, and probably will beat everybody for the most part. Even with these Samoa inclusions, yeah, sure, they're going to get some good players. I still don't see them beating them, but I want the progression of the international game. I think it's great for the game, and if somebody wants to represent their country, then represent your country. I do think there has to be origin stipulations, but that's nothing to do with preventing players from going. I just think that at the end of the day, Queensland, New South Wales can't effectively be a World Cup between two, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I do think there needs to be stipulations, but I do think that if you're born in Queensland and you play for another international team, I'm okay with it. I'm completely okay with it. There still has to be stipulations involved. Duraz says, I'm born Aussie here, but parents raised from Pakistan, but I'm a proud Aussie born and raised here, and glad my parents brought me up in such a beautiful multicultural country. Exactly right. You're just as Australian as me, buddy. You're just as Australian as me. Nikhil says, that was based on what he just said on his halftime interview. I actually love the Islanders playing for their team. My Fiji team benefits greatly from our NRL players. Well, Fiji, I don't think there's anyone really in Fiji that could represent Australia. Maybe. I guess Api Koroisau probably would, because he played in New South Wales. Probably could. Not that he would. But the main contention usually comes from Samoa and Tonga, and it's a bit confusing. Because they really label these players, and I've spoken to these boys, they really label these players as like traitors, and it's like, they're not traitoring jack shit. You know, they're just choosing the country that they're born and raised in, and they're getting good money, and then, okay, sure, maybe they will play eventually if they want to, but they don't have to. They don't have to. For example, my daughter, she is Fijian and Australian. She ever played, she could play for Fiji or Australia. She grows up in Fiji, so she probably would prefer Fiji. But at the end of the day, she's got the choice. Got the choice right there. Third tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 33. Bucks says, I was raised by a Scottish background Kiwi who gave it to Aussies and hated Englishmen. Oh, we love it. We all hate the Englishman. We all hate and love the Englishman. Especially when the Ashes come around the end of this year. They're going to be fiery streams. Fifth tackle now with the Rabbitohs at the halfway point. We are into the second half here, and that's a bad play the ball, so this should be Eels ball at the halfway point. You're not going to call that, referee? Oh, Sutton, come on. You know that was a bad play the ball. But anyway, the Eels will get this ball into the 35. Sean says, so how do you go in cricket season? Two countries that love cricket. Well, Pakistan and Australia don't really play each other a great deal, and if they do, Australia is usually going to win. Unless maybe Pakistan's pretty good at 2020, no? I know they have their Pakistan Super League. No, I don't think any of any Pakistani players are allowed in the IPL, are they? I don't think they're allowed there. Adokar grabbing at his right foot here, like his toe. Hope he's alright, God bless him. Pedro Thivanathiva goes down as a great player for Australia. Absolutely. Yeah. Could even argue Jared Hayne too. I would still say that I regarded Jared Hayne more so for his Fiji days, though. Thanks to the Samoan, I agree with your comment. Absolutely. Yeah, when I generalise like that and say that the argument really comes from Samoans and Tongas and whatnot, doesn't mean everyone's like that. But you do see it a lot online where people are like, oh, Amiso's a traitor. Or Valentine Holmes is a traitor because he doesn't want to play for the damn well Cook Islands. You're like, well, okay, so Val Holmes can win a World Cup. He can represent the country he's grown up in. And he can also make the best form of money. Or he can go play for the Cook Islands, get beaten by 70, not make a great deal of money, all because you don't want him to be a traitor because you believe he must play for your country. That's the problem that I find with it. It's incredibly selfish thinking. So the Eels now at the 10, because anyone in that position would be choosing to play for Australia. It's just as simple as that. So left-hand side now for the Eels. 4 tackle, and I'll reply to that in a second too. 4 tackle here at the 3. Penalty for Parramatta. Right in front of the sticks if they want it. It is only a 2-point game, so you would assume not. And I know people will come out and say, oh, yeah, but that's the whole problem, you know. Well, how do you solve it? If anyone can solve that issue and get the same amount of money being paid for Cook Islands to see, because I guarantee you, yeah, sure, maybe they might do that, but if they're getting the same amount of money at the Cook Islands, I still don't think the Cook Islands have enough of depth around the comp to be able to compete with Australia or New Zealand or even Samoa or Tonga, even Papua New Guinea, Fiji. Cook Islands are well behind all these teams. So it's like Val Holmes is not a traitor for not playing for Cook Islands at all. And nobody would make that decision. Nobody. Second tackle now at the 10. Name me one player who's played for the Cook Islands that would have been selected by Australia, but he chose to play for the Cook Islands. One. Just any individual one. Third tackle now at the 4. Dylan Napa was the greatest Cook Islands player ever. Big Papa Napa, big Papa Napa. Third tackle at 15. Mitchell Moses is Ayongi. 4 metres out from the line. Rep the nation you most identify with, absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that. We live in multicultural countries. Yes, sir. Moses. Walker, short ball, 5 metres out. Fit tackle. Dylan Napa done. Don't know if Dylan Napa was ever going to be selected for Australia, Daz, but I appreciate the thought process. And Adokar, he's going right over the sideline. So it will be Rabbitohs ball here at the 10. Adokar and Munro. But Munro really gets into him and takes him over the sideline. Takes him over. I hope those next 2 games tomorrow are good. Glebe legend. You're not even a Dogs fan at this point. You are a Glebe fan. You are a Glebe fan. He played Origin. Yeah, but he was never getting selected for Australia, Daz. He just never was. 25 metres out, second tackle. On your tombstone, when you pass away eventually, Daz, mate, I reckon we should chuck Dylan Napa on your tombstone. That's how much you love that, man. Third tackle here at the 33. Up the Dirty Reds. The off your rocker. Fourth tackle here at the 45. At least it's not a blowout. Out to Cody Walker. Cody Walker gives it across here to Alice Duncan. He's got Alex Johnston. And Alex Johnston comes back inside. Fit tackle at the 30. Come on, Johnston. We just want 1 try today at the least. Just 1 try today at the very least. And they kick this ball back his way. But it will be caught by Zach Lomax. And not a single Rabbitoh player went up for it. And he gets out at the 35. Pushes off 1. And he'll be at the 40. First tackle. Zane Tetevano, Logan. You reckon that Zane Tetevano would have played for Australia? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking? I was thinking about changing my middle name to Napa. I reckon just change your last name to Napa. And that's a knock on there from the Eels to the 30. So the Rabbitohs will get the ball here at the 30. Zane Tetevano, Titans and Knights legend. Yeah, it all started really well from Zach Lomax, but the Eels just make the mistake, and now the Rabbitohs get the ball back. Daz Napa, mate. Brenton, have a think why changing his last name to Napa would make sense. Really get the thinking out. I'm going to dox Daz in a second. Dox him. Daz's meds have kicked in. Saturday night is party night. Well, you guys know when it gets to this game, on the weekend, on the Saturday night game, it usually gets quite tiring through the day, so it just ends up being a shit fest, especially if it's a less quality game. First tackle at 33. Lagan says, in all honesty, the top 3 Cook Island players are Kale Ero, Xavier Willison, and Davin Mawali, and those 3 wouldn't make Australia. Davin Mawali, no. Wouldn't necessarily say Xavier Willison is out of the question long term. Kale Ero, I think there's a bit too much in his position. Rabbitohs taking down the 40 on third tackle. And now they'll go quickly. Jamie Humphries, he'll give it to Brandon Smith, and then Ashton Ward will be 25 metres out, 4 tackle. 4 tackle. And now out to the left, Brandon Smith gets it off to Bailey Bentley. Hey, Jai Arrow, someone pass the ball to Johnston, please. Someone pass the ball to Alex Johnston. He's unmarked over there. That's going to hit the grass, and the Eels will pick this ball up at the 10. First tackle. Talks to me again, dearie me. You good? Well, I didn't even say it, actually. I didn't even say it. I didn't even say that your name's Dylan. Hey? I didn't even say it. I never would have said that your name is Dylan. Second tackle at the 30. Buck says, who's the greatest red-headed Māori? Dylan Napa or Carolyn Ponga? What even is that question? Mitchell Moses gets the ball back at the 25 after a mistake from Parra. I'm not even responding to the question about Galen Ponga. Please tell me you don't think that Galen Ponga is a natural redhead. Left-hand side for the Eels. They're at the 30. Dylan Brown flicks it off here. Chance here for the Eels. Good defensive tackle from Jai Gray. That's a try saver and a half. It's a game saver and a half. But Dylan Walker. Oh, this is good defense from the Rabbitohs. How have they been able to stop Dylan Walker here? He's lost the ball. No, they're not going to call it fit tackle here. 2 metres out. Well done, Rabbitohs. That's really top-notch stuff to prevent that try. And that's going to be Jai Gray who picks his ball up at the 5. That's really good from Jai Gray. Fantastic stuff. He stopped the try. The Rabbitohs got back in numbers, and then he gets that ball there. That's a game saver there. That is a game saver. Tosi says, Kale born in England. Oh, is he? Is Kale eligible? Well, Kale will be eligible for England then. And then I'm sure he's eligible for Australia. Maybe. I will not ask him to show me if it's ginger or not. No, Sean, we will not be asking if it's ginger or not in that capacity. Rabbitohs, Ashton Ward puts this one to the 20, where Addo now brings it out to the 30, the 35, the 40, and good tackle there from Tyrone Munro. They're having a big battle tonight, Tyrone Munro and Addo. Yeah, it was a great flick pass from Dylan Brown, Brenton. That'll be good when he plays for the 6 of the Knights. When he plays in the 6, the 5'8", the 6, not the 7. No. The 6. Now we're talking. Eels here at the 30. It'll be 4 tackle. 30 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Eels at the 30. Mitchell Moses now at the 20. Flicks the ball over the top. And that's a knock on from Zachy Moe Lomax. Knock on. I don't know. I always got kicked out of the night showers, so I can understand why. Okay, let's get off the conversation of Kalen Ponga's drapes and curtains. What is with you guys? You guys need serious psychiatric help. All right, the Rabbitohs now will be at the 23. You know it's a hard game to watch when you've got people talking about curtains not matching carpets. So, penalty to the Rabbitohs here at the 30. The 6 because Fletcher with a 7, mark my words. You better hope so, Brenton, because otherwise Dylan Brown is going to show you why he wasn't kept by Parramatta, and he needs to be the 6. I tried to stop them, but they all overpowered me. Don't know if that's the right words right now, Jay, but thank you. So Rabbitohs here at the 40. And Jacob Host is going to be at the 32. Nikhil says, you have built this community. I didn't build nothing. I just sat here watching rugby league and you guys just decided to watch it with me. Second tackle at the 25. And now they'll go to the left-hand side. Now Jamie Humphries gives it out. Cody Walker flicks it at the back. Knock on from the Rabbitohs. Knock on from the Rabbitohs. Charlie Partridge says, surely Johnson? Well, we hope so, but so far hasn't. Jake Arthur should be the 7. I'm timing you out for even suggesting that. And only for 1 minute, but I'm doing it myself. Just for suggesting it. 1 minute. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. But yeah, Jamie Humphries off to Cody Walker, and then Walker just throws it a little bit too much to the ground, and knock on from Jai Arrow. Not Jai Arrow, Jai Gray. Brent Nesbitt says, oh, by the way, put a punt on Connor Vitano for a try or two this weekend. I was in like the New South Wales Cup, is it? Oh, no, he's playing for the Knights tomorrow, isn't he? First tackle now at the 25, now the 30, and it'll be second tackle. Sean James, I'm having hotties listening. I think it's sensational. You are having hotties listening? What is hotties? Jake Arthur the 7, take my imaginary time out. You don't have to ask me twice with you, Lagan. So fourth tackle. And they'll be at the 50. Kelma Tuolangi gives it out to Dylan Walker, and that's going to be a forward pass. No bad play the ball from the Eels. So the Rabbitohs will get the ball here at the halfway point. Moses is ripping in on the field. He's not happy with that. Oh, no. Is it? Yeah, he just doesn't play the ball with his foot. He stepped over the ball. Look at Moses, man. He's been really firing up at his plays the last couple of weeks. He's been really firing up. Oh, dude. Like, I only timed you out for a minute, but Jayish just timed you out for 5. So, so we'll see you in 5, mate. But Jay timed you out for 5. I timed you out for a minute. Second tackle now at the 35. And the Rabbitohs will go to the right-hand side through Mummelzelis. And he'll be at the 30 now on third tackle. And 6 again for South Sydney. Jay's then timed him out for 10 minutes. He's gone with the triple slammer. And now, okay, I'm going to time him out for shorter. You've just been timed out for 1.8k seconds, so yeah. Third tackle now at the 10, and now they'll be 5 metres out of the line of the Rabbitohs. Yeah, you just got absolutely annihilated, Logan, but you're lucky I'm a gracious man and allowed you back in. So it's going to be Rabbitohs here. Jacob Host, he's going to be 2 metres away from the line, 4 tackle. 4 tackle, Mummelzelis. He'll be short. And now be fit tackle, 3 metres away from the line. Get it across, Humphries, Cody Walker. Here's a chance for Alex Johnson. Pass the ball, Talis Duncan. He's going to score, but I also want to see Alex Johnson score. But it's going to be a try time here for Talis Duncan. And it will be 14-12 with the kick to come. I just really, really want to see Alex Johnson score. And I know he would have scored if he passed it there. And the Rabbitohs are not passing him the ball today, which is really weird. But Talis Duncan will score regardless, and it's 14-12 with the kick to come. This round needs a tie. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that defense ain't fantastic from Parramatta. But Duncan just backs himself. Oh, I was really hoping he passed that ball out to Johnson, though. I really was just wanting him to get that out there. But the Rabbitohs will take the lead. 14-12 with a kick to come. Oh, good song. Do-do-do. Good song in the stadium. What a hog. Pass to Johnson. Yeah, you might have got the try and you might have done the right thing. But what a hog. Pass it to Johnson, you cat. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. What do you think? You're trying to win the game? No, we're trying to see Alex Johnson get across the try-scoring record. Come on. Wow, 54. Today was Scorigami, the first NRL game in history to end with a score of 54-22. That's weird. I'm surprised 54-22 has never happened. 22 never looks so good. I'm not renewing my membership. Nikhil says Alex Johnson scoring is like death and taxes. What is going on? The Rabbitohs aren't passing it to him. Talis Duncan, when he gets the ball on the left-hand side, isn't passing the ball. Charlie says, F me, need Alex for 5k. Yeah, it's frustrating for you because the Rabbitohs really just aren't passing him the ball. I don't know if he's touched the ball once in the attacking areas. There's still 25 minutes to go, though, for the game. And Ashton Ward is taking the conversion here for the Rabbitohs from the left-hand sideline. Big Reggie, the Rabbit, Daz mate's best mate over there. And Ashton Ward will miss the kick, so it is only a 2-point game. Bunnies players have money on the try record a different week. Maybe they want to get it against the Roosters in 3 weeks' time. If the Rabbitohs if Alex Johnson breaks the record against the Roosters, that would be so jokes, dude. It would be jokes. It would ruin the moment in a lot of ways because fans wouldn't rush the field because the Roosters obviously don't give a shit and they wouldn't like to see it. But it would be so jokes if Alex Johnson breaks the record in round 27. Saik says Brandon Smith needs to score. Well, with 25 minutes to go of the game, it's a 2-point game. No one's won this one yet. Plenty of time for more tries. So the Rabbitohs grab this ball here at the 3, and they give it off to Sean Kepi. And he'll get slammed. Again, good post contact actually to the 15. Reggie attacks kids. Finally showed his true colours. Reggie's a legend, does mate. I reckon we should get a statue of Reggie at a core stadium. That's the next one. You know, forget the legends of the game when it comes to the playing, because the best player, one, should be Grassy McGrath, but also secondly is definitely Reggie the Rabbit. Reggie Rabbit, that's my goat. Jai Gray out to his Tass. His Tass gets taken down by Dylan Brown to the 45 for tackle. That's a big Reggie fan. Massive. Who doesn't love Reggie? It's funny though, because Daz doesn't like Reggie because one-time Bulldogs fans attacked Reggie. And he's a Bulldogs fan, so it's like his fan base attacked an old man in a mascot suit, and then he decided to hate on the mascot, the old man in the mascot suit, not on the Bulldogs fans who attacked him. Who's old enough to remember Healthy Harold? Yeah, get around Healthy Harold. Healthy Harold the giraffe. Now we're talking. Do they not do that anymore? Do they not have like that van that comes and you get... Oh, maybe not because you've all got laptops and bloody massages in school nowadays. Like, I meant take my imaginary time out to the other guy about Jake Arthur. Not me, but righto then. Well, I timed you out for a minute. Jay timed you out for 5, then timed you out for 10, and then Daz timed you out for about a year. So I have been gracious, and you should actually be very thankful. I'm such a good man that allowed you to come back and join the party here, because it's a big party. But the Eels, Mitchell Moses, will put this one down to Jai Gray at the 10, and he'll bring it out to the 15. No, we don't react for no reason. What doesn't get talked about is what Reggie did first. What did Reggie do first, as mate, to the Bulldogs fans to incite him, to incite the old man, incite the fans to attack the old man? Please enlighten me, Daz, in regards to the dog situation. Maybe because Harold lives in a van, it wasn't a good look. That's also a good shout. That's a good run even from Peter Mummelzelis, and there'll be fit tackle at the 45. Kato Sports says, do you think the top 8 stays the way it is? Not in regards to positions, but in regards to the teams in it, yes. Jamie Humphreys puts that one to the 20, where Zaya Yongi now brings it out to the 25. And we'll go back to the 20. That was a really poor run. Western Entertainer now. He'd probably be at the game, to be fair. He'd probably be there. Logan says there's like one Healthy Harold in Sydney and St. Mary's around the Mount Druitt area, and the grass is like 5 metres tall. It might be abandoned. So that's going to be a penalty here to the Eels at the 40. Well, speaking of abandoned, you know Big Brother is coming back to Dreamworld this year. And if anyone knows anything about the Big Brother house, that was abandoned. So once Big Brother finished, it's a penalty of the Eels. Once that show finished on Channel 10 and got cancelled and moved to 7 and whatnot, they moved it away from the Big Brother house at Dreamworld. And that's a little bit out the back. Now, that turned into like a really bad place. Like, it was completely abandoned and there was a lot of drugs involved there and all that type of stuff. And then eventually, I think it was 2019 or 2020, some hooligans went in and burnt it down. Town of Silver now will be taken down to 22. But this year, Big Brother is coming back with the live evictions and all that type of stuff onto Channel 10. And they're doing it at Dreamworld. So I wonder if they're using the same place, because that got just destroyed, that house. That just got destroyed. Second tackle here for the Eels at the 20. Like, it was completely abandoned. People would go there all the time. It actually became quite dangerous, that old house. So third tackle now for the Eels, the 15, Mitchell Moses underneath, and they'll be 8 metres out on the line for tackle. 20 minutes to go here at the game, still a 2-point game. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 2-point game, whoever wins this will avoid the spoon. Brenton says you should apply for Big Brother Blaze. I reckon you would stir some shit up in there. Well, we'll see. Car over the sideline. Munro has been all over him, dude. Munro's been all over him, dude. Maybe, Brenton. Maybe. All right, so 20 minutes left, and Tyrone Munro's had Addo-Carr's number all day. Big Brother, bring back Andrew Tate. Was Andrew Tate on Big Brother once, was he? I can't remember, but the only reasonable thing here as a Dogs fan is to play the victim card. That makes sense, Dads, mate. No, that is very much a Dogs fan thing to do. For the most part, yeah. Oh no. What has happened to my game? Everything just started skipping out. We still live? Okay, no, we are still live. It's all good. I don't know what just happened, but my whole screen just started blocking out. All right, so 2-point game here. And it is second tackle with the Rabbitohs at the 25. They go right-hand side off to Jacob Post. Blaze too big time now. He'd have to be on the celebrity version. Big Brother would be a crazy experience, though. Hey, Jai Gray at the 42, fourth tackle. And it feels like I guarantee everyone thinks they'd like kill it in there, but it'd be such a weird experience to be like locked in with the same people that you don't know and knowing that the cameras are on you 24/7. It would just be such a crazy experience to do something like that. And then to have the entirety of Australia judging your every single second and like making an opinion on you on every single second, or the way you get edited, the villain edit. At least people nowadays are starting to recognise that edits do happen. And it's going to be Dylan Brown at the 30, the 35, the 40 on second tackle. Big Brother Vietnam. I'm in it. I'm in it right now. I'm here in Vietnam on camera. There's your Big Brother Vietnam. Third tackle here at the halfway point. No, they get the offload away. Zach Lomax, Dylan Brown picks it up and gets to the 50. Then at the 45 on third tackle. Jason, I hate scripted shows. I don't think that Big Brother's necessarily scripted per se, but it's obviously pushed down a path of necessity, and the way that it's edited is scripted, obviously. But I wouldn't say that it's... I think it's very open to the flow, but they obviously do push their agenda based off what they see the public leaning towards. So the Eels now, short ball, and Panasini at the 13. Fit tackle. They go to Mitchell Moses. Moses at the 5, kicks it through. Nice little kick. It's going to be a drop out here. Drop out from the Rabbitohs with 17 minutes to go of the game. At least you wouldn't have to watch the Titans in there. Well, it starts in the beginning. It's not on during the season. Christine says, rabbit jump a fence. Fair enough, Christine. Beauty and the ugly bloke? That chick was no beauty? Who are we talking about? Dogs fans don't attack or threaten people. Okay, Lagan. Good luck with that. Rabbitohs, we'll get the short dropout. Eels didn't even go up for the ball there. Lomax. What's Lomax doing? And of all players, he's one of the guys who usually does go off the ball. Didn't even go off the ball there. That was weird. So Jai Gray will get this ball to the 20. Peter Mamazelis will go on report. Being alone than being owned. Okay. What are you talking about? Being alone and then being owned. What? What are you referring to, Christine? Ashton Ward now to Jacob Host, and he's going to be at the 35. But no, that would be a good point, though, Sab, if it was on during rugby league season. And then Rabbitohs will get this ball here to the 45. Not going to comment on that one, Seb. And now that will hit. An Eels player will bounce here, potentially for Thomas Duncan. He got it. He got it. There was not enough want there from Isaiah Yongi. Oh, wasn't played at. But the Eels challenged that. Well, you got to challenge this. So you challenge this every day of the week. The Eels touched it first. He's obviously played at that. You're off your rocker, Jared Sutton. You're crazy, Jared Sutton. He's played it. It's going to be Rabbitohs' ball. Jared Sutton, you're crazy for not saying that he's played at that ball. These are some random comments. Hey, Sunday, being alone than being owned, okay? Come on. Yeah, that's not played out here by Penasini, but we're talking about Zaya Yongi in the back play. He definitely touches it, and it's definitely a knock-on from Zaya Yongi. Why are we even looking at this? This is very clearly not even a part of the play. This should be Rabbitohs' ball. Yeah, Penasini's turning away from it. We are aware this is not what we were here to look at, but thank you. So now it just sits up here around the 30. And Yongi definitely touches that first, and the Rabbitohs get it. This is Rabbitohs' ball. This is a successful challenge. I don't know what Jared Sutton was watching. But he was watching Timbuktu. Maybe watching Madagascar. I don't know. But it will be Rabbitohs' ball at the 30. Successful challenge. Eels are crashing out. Well, fair enough. Entertainers came in earlier on today and told us that the Eels were going to win this game by 40. Well, it's looking unlikely being down by 2 with 16 minutes to go, but, you know, anything can happen in rugby league, I guess. It's looking a little bit unlikely. If they win this game by 40 from here, I think it's just time that we give the premiership to the Eels at that point. But who here, would anyone here actually go on a thing like Big Brother? Or who would actually go on that? Would you be too nervous in front of camera, or do you reckon it'd be mad? So Ashton Ward will give it off to his eye Taz, and it'll be at the 30. And penalty to the Rabbitohs. Quick think about it too. Buck says no. Why? Penalty to the Rabbitohs here at the 30. Oh, they're going to give 10 metres for a back chat from Papali. I would go on Survivor. Would you though? Survivor's full on. For Survivor is like the full on one. Like that's like mentally like all over the shop. I think they before when you apply and you go through the stages, I'm pretty certain they put you through like a rigorous process of like mental processes and stuff like that. And then you have to do like a swimming challenge or something like that. This is all before you even get on the show. Louis says, watching from South Auckland up the Eels. Get around you all the way there in South Auckland. You're not a Warriors fan? Not a Warriors fan? Jai Gray, he'll get this ball to the 20. First tackle. What made you get around the Eels from South Auckland? So first tackle off to Ashton Ward. Sean Kepi. And Kepi is going to be 15 metres away from the line. I don't want people to find out about my little secret on my Big Brother Uncut. Oh my gosh, this chat is all over the shop, but you know what's not all over the shop? The Rabbitohs attack, they will go smack. Try time, Tallis Duncan for a double, and it is 18 to 12 with the kick to come. If they get this kick, the Rabbitohs probably win this game. And the Eels, welcome back to the Spoon Bowl, baby. Welcome back. Well, Eels, you will be going into the bottom 4 this weekend if you lose this game. Rabbitohs for a 2 here to take it to an 8-point game. Yeah, what's that little secret, Buck? What's that little secret we're talking about here? True, it's such a complex game. I love it. Yeah, no, it's really cool, but I just get the vibe I'd get knocked out like straight away for being too strong of a competitor, mate. You know, just too good. I haven't watched Survivor in ages, but I used to love that show. It wouldn't be a secret if I told anyone. Well, you kind of alluded to it. Your little secret on Big Brother Uncut. You've said the word uncut, which means it's 18 plus, and you've said little in brackets. I know what you're referring to, so it's not a secret anymore already. You didn't even need to go on Big Brother, and we've already found it out, and I've already told BKR Sport audience. So not first tackle here for the Rabbitohs. It's going to be a conversion attempt here for the Rabbitohs. Seb says, oh no, entertain now. So he's been here many times before, man. We all have. We all have. Hey, me today. Me today. Well, Eels, you in trouble. No matter what, tomorrow, if you lose this game, Cowboys or Knights will jump you. It's a big game there for the Cowboys and Knights to jump out of the bottom 4. And the Rabbitohs are up by 8 with 13.5 minutes to go here at the game. 13.5 minutes to go here. Tallis Duncan with a double today. Mitchell Moses will go on report here. That's the second time tonight as well for Moses. That is the second time tonight. Let's try and aim for 50 likes in the stream, guys. We've got 168 people here. We've got 37 likes right now. Let's get 13 more likes, and I reckon we can do it. I reckon we can get 50. Yeah, Mitch Moses on report. Fair enough. It's getting a bit chilly in here. See, you didn't even need to go on Big Brother. I also, if you went on Big Brother, Buck, mate, I'm turning it off and I'm preferring to watch Barbie. I'll enjoy Barbie probably more than listen to you flip-flop between the Eels to the Roosters to the Panthers to the somebody to the something to the... Just, you're all over the shop. And then to have to hear about your little secret and see your little secret, yeah, no, I'm out. I'm definitely going to watch Gossip Girl. Second tackle at the 22. And Sean Keppie to the 30. Yeah, true. Maybe not every stream, but this stream and the Bulldogs game. But that's... Hey, look. You got Bulldogs and Eels fans talking about that. Like, it's starting to become a pretty big trend there with two of those fan bases. All right, so the Eels will pick this ball up at the 15. The game's not over yet, Eels fans, but you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Foosball says, hi, new to this from the UK. Get around you in the UK. What, you new to rugby league or you new to these streams? Let's go to the Rabbits. So you're getting around the Rabbits. Fair enough. Third tackle now for the Eels, and they're at the 44. 12 minutes left here. Don't forget, tomorrow, guys, will be live for both games. Manly versus the Tigers. And also... we will have the Cowboys and Knights. Jeez, that's a rough game to watch. All this talk about little problems in Big Brother will send people to Married at First Sight. Maybe I should go on Married at First Sight, and then when they do the job week, we'll get the girl here on the stream. God help if a girl ever came on these streams. You guys would torture. So there'll be a knock on here from the Eels, and the Rabbitohs are just going to get the ball handover at the 10. Bulldogs and Eels fans talking shit. Old school, that is. That is old school as it gets, Sean. Jackson good on a bunnies. What a couple of games that will be. Well, Manly and the Tigers has a bit of something about it, but the Cowboys and Knights has a little bit of head against the brick wall kind of feel about it. I don't even think it has a feel about it. It just is. Like, watching that Cowboys-Knights game tomorrow will probably be torture, but that's what we do here. When you're passionate about the game, you watch everything. And I might have to just put my head through a brick wall. This is the sacrifices we must make. Fourth tackle now for the Rabbitohs, and they'll be at the 38. 10 minutes to go here of the game. Rabbitohs lead by 8 points. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. It's looking likely the Rabbitohs have avoided the spoon for 2025. Olivia puts up with us every week. Hey, Brenton, let's not pretend like Olivia doesn't say some crazy stuff all the time too. She usually suggests it. She usually gets it really rocking and rolling. She'll donate just to make sure everyone sees the crazy comment. So Addo Carr, he'll get taken down at the 35. At the 30, Sean Keppie could tackle. Football says, am I crazy to think Australia can beat South Africa later on today? I hope so, mate. I hope so. What a day, though. Premier League starting up again tonight. Yeah, I know it started yesterday, but not my team. Premier League starting up again tonight. Got Australia versus the South Africans. Had a big weekend of Rugby League. What a time to be alive. The sacrifice is Vietnam. Not too bad. Yeah, fair call. All right, so the Eels now right inside at the halfway point. Louis Hussey says, you're shit, streamer. You got me, mate. You got me. Hey, but thanks for tuning in, mate. Before you head off, just hit that thumbs up for me, will you? So, fit tackle. If you want to hit the thumbs down again as well. Mitchell Moses kicks that ball to the corner, where it's going to be Addo Carr. He'll get that offloaded, and that's going to be a knock. No, they won't call knock on, but it will be a switch over. Yeah, no, he told me, Jay. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight, Louis. You know, I appreciate that you called me shit. Well, you know what? Good luck with your life, mate. You know, you do what you need to do. Logan says, well, hey, the games you expect to be shit are usually the game of the rounds. That's true, but... Oh, Rabbitohs knock on. Oh, the Eels going to get the ball at the 20. Okay, here's a chance here for the Eels. Jason's rage quit. Like, I literally just asked him. All I did was ask him why he goes to the Eels and not the Warriors, being from South Auckland, and he's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. He's lost his whole damn mind. So they're going to challenge the call here and knock on Rabbitohs, but I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be unsuccessful. Oh, no, he's lost that there. Yeah, he's lost that there. How am I going to recover from that? I won't sleep tonight. I won't sleep. He's definitely lost this ball. Unless they're saying this is a strip, he's definitely lost the ball. Man U vs Arsenal Monday early morning for me. I'd rather watch Cowboys and Knights repeat for 24 hours than watch that game. Yep, so that's a knock on there from South Sydney. Unsuccessful challenge. 9 minutes to go here. I think maybe he's just taking out his anger of being a Parramatta Eels fan on me. That probably is the case. I can understand it, Louis. I can understand, Louis. You had the opportunity to support a top 4 team in the Warriors, being from South Auckland, and instead you chose to go for a team that's never won a national competition. You know, I understand it. I get it. I really do get it. So Eels here. We'll be at the 20. Spelling might help him. Bucks is nice channel. No, you didn't mean to say challenge. You meant to say channel. Appreciate you, mate. So Mitchell Moses here at the 20. Gives it out. Here's a chance. Zach Lomax! Try time for the Taxman. And the Eels have a chance with 9 minutes to go. The Eels have a chance here with 9 minutes to go. It's 20-16 with a kick to come. Here we go. Parramatta. Can you try and avoid the spoon? Can you try and avoid the spoon? Seb Watson says, Taxman, pay those taxes. Yes, he did. Brenton says, I'll take my gear on him to Louis if my team loses. But you're a Knights fan. Your team will lose. So Lomax there with a double himself. And it's 20-16 with a kick to come to the Eels to make it a 2-point game. Game on, baby. 8 minutes left here. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left. To be fair, the worst thing possible for the Titans and the Knights is actually the Rabbitohs, the Eels winning this game. No, the Rabbitohs winning this game, yeah. No, it wouldn't be, actually. The worst thing would be... No, it is the Rabbitohs winning. It is the Rabbitohs winning, actually. No, it's not. It's probably the Eels winning. Because the Rabbitohs have the bye next week. No, the worst thing would be the Eels winning. But Logan's still watching the stream too. Yeah, no, he'll still be here tomorrow too, Logan. The ones who hate are the ones who usually always watch. They're all, a lot of them are part of the lurkers. So Moses is kicking here for the Eels from the wing, and he will miss the kick. I blame Sunder for that. He was suggesting that Mitchell Moses should be kicking, and he's missed the kick. So it's a 4-point game. 7 minutes 21 to go. They only need another 44 points now for entertaining us. It's on. It is on, mate. It is on. I do think he said that the Rabbitohs would only score like 2 points or something, but you know, we'll give him, if they can get 60 points to 20, give him a comp. Wait, what's better, Eels lose or win? I would say Eels winning would be the worst thing for the Knights and Titans because the Rabbitohs have the bye next week. So it's like the Rabbitohs are already there equal with the Knights, but it's like they get the bye next week regardless to go above them unless they win tomorrow or next week. Yeah, I'd say the Eels winning would be the worst thing for the Knights and Titans. Because the Rabbitohs are already getting a bye regardless. Yeah, that is right, Sean. Third tackle here at the 40. Nikhil says all we wanted was an Alex Johnson try. Well, Talis Duncan had multiple opportunities to get it to him. Eels now at the 45 on fourth tackle. He had multiple opportunities to get it to Johnson, but he went himself. He did score twice, though. So Dylan Walker, he'll get this ball to the 45 on the Rabbitohs side of the field. Fifth tackle, only a 4-point game here with 6.5 minutes to go. The Eels putting their fans through the ringer again. Last week, they were up in a close one over the Cowboys, and this week, they're down in a close one over the Rabbitohs. So 20 metres out, first tackle. Hello, Kimmy says, brother, with you, I support the Eels. I'm watching all the way from Goroka, Papua New Guinea. One more try, please. You just need that one more converted try to win. 4 points to send this game to extra time. And Isaiah Tass, he'll get this ball to the 25 on third tackle. Just one. Let's get an Alex Johnson sealer right now. Fourth tackle at 30. Soldiers they are. You know, it's a professional job, Logan. It's a professional job. Hopefully this bloke doesn't call us a shit streamer. No, please. No, I can't handle it. Jai Gray. He'll get this ball to the 48. Fifth tackle. If I get called a shit streamer, I'll give up. I'll give up. That'll do me. Eels now will be at the 24, and it's going to be Isaiah Yongi. Picks it out to the 30. I don't even know if I'll turn up tomorrow. Don't even know. Lucas says, do you reckon the Roosters make the 8? Yes. Especially after the Dolphins lost today. Roosters play the Eels next week. The Roosters should flog this Eels team. Dolphins play Manly next week. That's a tough game for both teams, especially if Manly win against the Tigers tomorrow. You give it to Johnston, you cowards. All right, Lomax. He'll be third tackle at the 45 on the Rabbitohs side of the field. You've got a chance here, Eels. You've got a chance here, Parramatta. Here we go. Out to Papali. Papali faking it, showing it, gives it to Moses. Moses across it to come to Tuolangi, and Tuolangi will be at the 40. That missed kick is brutal because they could have thought about a 2-point field goal or a penalty, but now they have to score a try. Hopgood out to Papali. Papali out to Jack Williams. And Jack Williams is 30 metres out. And now Mitchell Moses. And here comes Lomax, and also that's knocked back here from the Eels. That's knocked back to knock on Rabbitohs. I would challenge. Oh, the Eels don't have a challenge, do they? I would have challenged that. Yeah, the Eels don't have a challenge. I thought Penasini knocked that ball backwards. Kick the 1 year Cats, mate. Well, Logan says, don't make me call you a shit streamer. Don't make me put you on scam. 4 minutes 20 to go here. I feel like that was the knock back there from the Eels, but anyway, he's called that as a knock-on from the Eels, and Rabbitohs now coming off their own line. Still 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here at the game. Eels need a try. Take a field goal, AJ. Now that would be really shocking to see. That'd be awesome. So Sean Kepi, here we at the 25, third tackle. Now Brandon Smith off to Jai Arrow, and he's going to be at the 35 on fourth tackle. William Seneca says, okay, Eels, you got this. Comment in the chat right now, guys. Do you think the Eels have it in them to get this win? A kick on fourth tackle is not the play here, Eels. I don't understand that at all. Sorry, Rabbitohs, you're up by 4. You want to soak up as much time as you possibly can. Take the last tackle and kick it. But no, they kicked it on fourth tackle. So Moses to Zach Lomax, and Zach Lomax will get the ball to about 27 metres out. Sorry, 37 metres out, second tackle. And now Penasini to the 45 on third tackle. And now Junior Bolo. He'll be fourth tackle inside the tackle and a half. No, he gets the offload away on third tackle. Moses, real quick flick across here to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown, then he gets it off to Jack Williams. And Jack Williams is away here. Jack Williams is away here. Taking on the 34th tackle. 3 minutes to go. The Eels are 30 metres out. Addo Carr with a quick run. Right into the line. Look how fast that speed was. 18 metres out from the line. Fit tackle. Eels, you need to score. They give it to Dylan Walker. Mitchell Moses shooting the ball. A big gap underneath here. Try it. Oh, Rabbitohs. That is unbelievable scramble. That looked like a guaranteed try coming up for Parramatta. But Jai Gray, again, Jai Gray today has been spectacular. He has saved multiple tries. Big try savers. And Jai Gray will prevent a guaranteed try for Isaiah Yongi, who broke through, but the tackle from Gray was just brilliant. Might be the game right there. Eels will still get a full set, and they've just got to really try and arc up on this defense in this 10 metres. The Rabbitohs here with the ball 5 metres out. First tackle, 2.5 minutes to go of the game. Try save, well done, Bunnies. Well done, Jai Gray. He's been incredible. Don't give away a penalty here, Eels. They're going to try and claim a penalty. Jack Williams is shaking his head saying no. They're going to try and claim a penalty to the Rabbitohs. They'll stop the clock as a player is down, looking for a high tackle or a shoulder charge. I don't think it will be, though. I don't think so. It was Tyrone Munro. I don't think this was a bad tackle. No, stop it. No, that's milking. See, I don't like that. Like I said in the last stream, I'm happy for you to go down and stop the game if it's a genuine, penalty or you genuinely are hurt. But if you're faking it like that, Munro, that was poor. That was poor. It was a waste of time. It was very clearly not a shoulder charge or a high tackle. All right, so fourth tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 25. Bit of gamesmanship. They're slowing it down. Lullaby says, wow, Jai, brilliant. Yeah, it was very good. Fifth tackle here for the Rabbitohs. Eels will get one full set. One full set to throw everything at them. See if they can do what the Cowboys couldn't do to them last week. And now the Eels, Zach Lomax to the 30, the 35. First tackle. Again, Rabbitohs fans, you win this game from here and you've avoided the spoon guaranteed. With that bye in round 26, second tackle now for the Eels at the 45. You need to get some good meters going. Moses gets it across into Junior Bolo, then off to Jermaine Hopgood, and Hopgood's inside the attacking half. Can't get the offload away. It'll be third tackle at the 45. They've got Talon the Silver. Talon the Silver off to Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker to Josh Papali, and Papali fourth tackle at the 33. Don't give away a 6 again here, Rabbitohs. It's the main thing not to think about. Dylan Walker off to Jermaine Hopgood. Hopgood off to Mitchell Moses. Moses here. Here comes the Eels at the right-hand side. It's Penasini, the 20, fit tackle. Here's your chance here, Eels. You have to do something right now. Mitchell Moses. He will kick that ball up into the air. Where's the chasers? Where's the chasers? Knock on Rabbitohs. And the Eels are going to get another opportunity. It's a penalty. Well, the Eels are 10 minutes out. You can't take the 2. You can't take the 2 here. You cannot take the 2. Brenton says take the 2. No 2's coming up here. Jeez. This is just completely going up in the air. But the Eels, the time is off. But here is their chance right now. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. 2 games tomorrow. Eels, your last chance season. 34 seconds to go here the game. Eels 5 metres out here from the line. If only they could convert. Yeah, exactly right. They're 4 metres away. Talon the Silver is going to roll it back. 25 seconds to go. Mitchell Moses, 10 metres out. Papali, he gives it out. Here's a chance. And there it is. Eels, you're back in the spoon battle because that's a knock-on. And the Rabbitohs, you'll be out of the spoon battle with a bye in round 26. This win, massive for you. The Eels will lose with a Dylan Brown knock-on. And welcome to Newcastle, Brenton. Welcome to Newcastle, Mr. Eslick. That, my friends, will be the game. The Rabbitohs will win back-to-back games. I think probably for the first time this season, to be honest with you. Sundo's not happy with Dylan Brown. The big old Sundo is not happy with Dylan Brown knocking that ball on there. But look, it ended up being a really close game. The ultimate quality of the game wasn't exactly spectacular. There was a lot of errors and a lot of penalties and a lot of mistakes and whatnot. But, you know, that will push the Rabbitohs now from second last into fourth last. They will not go above the Eels because they only win the game by 4 points. Rabbitohs go to minus 191, whilst the Eels go to minus 156. The Eels now, they are still in 13th. And won't drop from there for the time being. But if the Knights, actually whoever wins, if the Knights win tomorrow, then they will go above the Eels into 13th position. If the Cowboys win tomorrow, they will also go above the Eels in the 13th position. So no matter what, Parramatta, you will be in the bottom 4 this week because one of those Cowboys or Knights will jump above you there. But yeah, now Knights, you are into second last position. Obviously, your points differential is minus 152. Tomorrow, you will be playing against the North Queensland Cowboys. We'll obviously be live for that, so I hope to see you guys there for that. But there we go, guys. 3 games straight for the day. We smacked it down. I hope you guys did enjoy. Obviously, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for Tigers versus Manly early doors, and then we've also got the Cowboys and the Knights game to finish us all up. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Catch you later. Bye.